हेलो हेलो, वेलकम बैक टू वेरी फर्स्ट फेसलेस स्ट्रीम। आज फुल ग्राइंड है, इसलिए कोई फेस कैम नहीं होगा। आज सिर्फ काम होगा। फेस कितने आ रहे हैं? हाँ, बाय द वे मैंने माइनक्राफ्ट अपडेट कर लिया है, अभी 1.20 में है। सारे मॉड्स वॉड्स नए हैं, तो मुझे पता नहीं इनमें से कौन सा चल रहा है। देख, लाइट मेटिक ये फ्री कैम चल रहा है, लाइट मेटिक चल रहा है, मेलिप तो वो है नॉर्मल, माइनक्राफ्ट है, ये मिनी हट चल रहा है। सोडियम, हाँ, मैंने ऑप्टिफाइन हटा के सोडियम डाल दिया है, तो मे भी उससे बेटर परफॉर्मेंस मिले, क्योंकि ऑप्टिफाइन में पता नहीं क्या हो रहा था, बट वो चल नहीं रहा था, मैंने इसलिए चेंज कर दिया। तो अभी हम ये लावा खाली करेंगे। ओ माय गॉड, लैग हो रहा है ब्रो, ब्रदर आई नीड टू क्लोज सम शिट। ये बंद कर देंगे और ये भी बंद कर देंगे। डिस्कॉर्ड पड़ा रहने देता है, डिस्कॉर्ड पे किसी को, ताकि और कहीं मैसेज नहीं आना। लेट्स सी, या स्मूथ एज फक। यार मैंने उस एक दिन अभी शायद स्ट्रीम पे लगाया था मैंने ये बीकन, बट यहाँ पे हाँ 3 बीकन लगाए, इतनी मेहनत करके, इतना सारा आयरन वेस्ट करके, बट स्टिल यार नहीं है। और ये मशीन टूट गई थी, क्योंकि जो मैंने डिज़ाइन कॉपी की थी लाइट मेटिका में, लेट शो यू, ये वाली लावा स्वीपर वाली कॉपी गलत की थी, वो मशीन टूटी हुई थी पहले से। तो अब मुझे पता नहीं है कि मैं इसको, वैसे मुझे पता है। ओके, वो चालू नहीं है, पहले वो चालू करके आते हैं, मॉब स्विच। हाँ, तो मैं कहा था, जो जो मशीन मैंने कॉपी की थी वो एकदम गलत कॉपी की थी। वो मतलब एक बार चालू करके शायद बंद हुई, आई डोंट नो, वो मशीन ब्रोकन थी, बस इतना पता है। तो इसलिए वो इसमें भी टूट गई और मेरी मेहनत वेस्ट हो गई थी। तब मैंने सही मशीन कॉपी कर लिया, तो एकदम अच्छे से चलती है। मैंने उसमें टेस्ट भी कर लिया बोर्ड में, तो अब वो नहीं, ख़राब नहीं होगी। क्या है, तो इसमें बहुत सारी सैंड इकट्ठी की थी, वो पड़ी है। यार गेम लैग हो रहा है, गेम जी लैग मत हो। हाँ, अब चलते हैं यहाँ पे, नीचे बनाते हैं पूरे डर्ट का। डर्ट है क्या मेरे पास? उफ, एक मिनट, मेरे वो कहाँ है पोशंस? फायर रेजिस्टेंस, हाँ पोशन चेंज कर दिया ना 120 में, कितना गंदा दिख रहा है। फायर रेजिस्टेंस का छी पीला पीला पोर्शन। एनीवेज, यहाँ आते हैं, यहाँ बैठते हैं। डर्ट थोड़ी सी है, टिल वी कैन, इनको हटाना पड़ेगा यहाँ से। आउच 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 आउच। अब सब गए, सब खत्म हो गए। ओके, अब काम कर सकते हैं। तो पहले यहाँ पे डर्ट लगा देते हैं, देखो। सामान फेंकने लायक बना, क्योंकि ये पूरा टूटेगा अब। और मुझसे एक साथ इतनी सारी मशीन बन नहीं रही थी, एक्चुअली बात ये है। मैंने सोचा ऊपर वाले लेयर से स्टार्ट करते हैं, धीरे 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 नीचे जाते रहेंगे, बार बार मशीन बनाते रहेंगे, क्या दिक्कत। इसमें नहीं है डर्ट, इसमें होगी डर्ट। ये क्या हो गया मेरा चेस्ट को? एक स्टार दे दो अभी के लिए, और बाकी वापस रख दो। ये ओर्स का है, ये फालतू के हैं, टेबल ही में रखिए। हाँ नहीं नहीं सही है, क्योंकि सारी वो उसमें पड़ी है ऊपर। पूरी मशीन स्टार्टिंग से बनाएंगे सेम लेवल पे। क्या है ये ब्लॉक का लेवल वैसे? लुकिंग एट टारगेटेड ब्लॉक है 26 पे। ओके तो पहला आयरन 26 पे रखेंगे। आई गेस इतना बहुत है ना, यहाँ के तो गिरेंगे जो भी गिरेंगे, बाकी तो आ ही जाएगा मेन मेन चीज़ें। यहाँ तक भी आ रहे हैं वो सारे इफेक्ट्स। गया, बच गया। ये सही काम किया मैंने। ओ बच गया वो भी, बट हाँ उसको गोली मारते हैं। एक आध तो दान लावा को मांगता ही, और दान कर सकते हैं, इसकी कमी है। लास्ट टाइम मैंने मशीन शायद मैं स्ट्रीम पे नहीं किया था ये काम। हाँ मैंने स्ट्रीम पे नहीं किया था। मेरा आइडिया ये था उसके स्ट्रीम सब करेंगे जब ये लावा वावा खाली हो जाएगा और ये पूरा खोद दूंगा मैं, बट वो हो नहीं पाया क्योंकि मैं बहुत इरिटेटेड हो गया था आई गेस। इसी लेवल पे था ना वो 26, ये भी था 26 ही है। हाँ सेम लेवल पे बनाना है। जाएंगे यहाँ करके F4 खोल लेंगे, यहाँ आ जाएंगे और यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर देंगे एक बार। फूड स्कीमेटिक स्वीपर 1, फूड स्कीमेटिक लोड हुआ। अब मुझे देखना है इसका, अच्छा इसको पहले घुमाना पड़ेगा। लोडेड स्कीमेटिक्स, प्लेसमेंट, कॉन्फ़िगर, रोटेट रोटेट, ऐसे ही है ना? हाँ तभी आगे जाएगा। तो इसमें से हम लोग प्लेसमेंट कॉन्फ़िगर इसको इधर नहीं, इधर इधर कर देंगे और एक लेवल ऊपर कर देंगे। लोडेड प्लेसमेंट मूव नहीं, अब दिया मैंने ऐसा। कॉन्फ़िगर करेंगे वापस से, कहाँ हुआ है भाई ये उल्टा है ना पूरा। हाँ तो वापस से सीधा करेंगे, प्लेसमेंट कॉन्फ़िगर रोटेट और रोटेट और वापस कॉन्फ़िगर एक्स इधर और एक ऊपर। सही है अभी एकदम परफेक्ट तो नहीं कह सकते बट या एकदम परफेक्ट। ये सारा माल पानी लेयर वाइज रेंडर करते हैं। कॉन्फ़िगर लेयर सेट लेयर, यहाँ पे कुछ है नहीं, यहाँ सिस्टम आओ रैंडम ब्लॉक्स ले लेते हैं, को यहाँ रख देते हैं वहीं पे और शेल्कर में से डर्ट निकाल लेते हैं, वापस रख देते हैं अंदर। शेल्कर को ये उठा लेते हैं अंडर चेस्ट और बनाना शुरू करते हैं। इजी ब्लॉक चालू है क्या मेरा? यार मैं इजी ब्लॉक यूज़ करूँ कि नहीं, क्योंकि इससे बहुत ज़्यादा इजी हो। फक इट, यूज़ कर रहा हूँ मैं। ये क्या काम का है? इसी तो मेरी इन्वेंटरी को क्यों थ्रो करता वी अभी कुछ नहीं है ना, तो इजी ब्लॉक पे वी लगा देता है ना। कॉन्फ़िगर मेन्यू, हॉट कीज, यू तो कर देते हैं हम वी, और वी से हम लोग काम कर लेंगे अपना सारा। मैं इसको नीचे ही रहने दो। और एक और लेयर सेट करते हैं एम प्लस कंट्रोल। ये क्या हो गया? मोड लेयर रेंज 1 ऑल सिंगल लेयर। अरे क्या कर, एम पे जाओ, कॉन्फ़िगर करो, लेयर सेट, प्लस प्लस प्लस, मिल लो भाई। बस एक ही चीज़ लगानी थी, इसके अंदर भी लगाना। तो सब काम फोर्थ ब्लॉक पे क्यों करने होते हैं भाई? मेरे को रॉकेट रखने दो फोर्थ पे, है ना। अब एक ऊपर, वापस ये, फिर वापस एक ऊपर। ओ इतना भी मत उछल भाई। ले चल वेले, असी भी वेले, मेरा पचता। इसको तोड़ो, यहाँ से रेडस्टोन उठाओ। ओ बन गया। इजी मोड से तो लिटरली इजी हो। बट या हम इसको और यूज़ नहीं कर रहे अब। ये निकाल लेता हूँ, फर्नेस काम आएंगी। ये निकाल लेता हूँ, ये रख देता हूँ, अभी खोल लेता हूँ। और नंबर 4 पे वापस इसको निकाल लो। इट्स टाइम, टाइम टू डू इसको। क्यों बन गया ना ऑलमोस्ट। लो चली मैं अपने देवर की बारात लेके, लो चली। ओ चली गई भाई। लेट्स डू दिस क्विकली। ये पहले बना दिया मैंने। इसको हिट करेगा, दूसरी से जाएगा, गया, नाइस। अब इसको हिट करेगा, ओप्स, नाइस। ये चल गया। अब बस मुझे वहां तक फर्नेस लगानी है, वहां तक लगानी है ना। मैं खुद का ही काम बढ़ा रखा, बट एक्चुअल में ना आई डोंट नो, खुद का काम भी बढ़ा रखा है एक तरीके से। तो क्या करते हैं, इतनी बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ें तो हो ही जाता है। अब फैलावड़ा किया है तो बोलते हैं खाना भी खुद को पड़ेगा। अरे यार बीकन और बना के लाऊंगा, मेरे को नहीं पता, भले सारा आयरन ख़त्म हो जाए। गोल्ड पड़ा है ना, मैं गोल्ड के बना सकता हूँ, गोल्ड मैं इतना यूज़ भी नहीं करता हूँ। कैरेट खा लूँगा और तो क्या है, एक छोटा सा कैरेट फार्म बना लेता हूँ। विलेजर्स विलेजर्स तो ही अभी मेरे पास पैदा किए हैं ना इतने सारे। ये सब बाद में करेंगे। पहले वो बनाते हैं, तो ज़्यादा नहीं बचे। रॉकेट बना लिया। अब फर्नेस बनाते हैं बहुत सारी। ये आप बाहर आ, तो आप बाहर आओ, यहाँ खड़े रहो, अंदर जाओ और आप टूटो। अब आप आओ, आप आओ और आप, फिर आप आओ, आप बनो, फिर आप आओ और आप बनो, फिर आप आओ और आप बनो। इधर से लिए कॉबलस्टोन, ये बनाया, ये लिए कॉबलस्टोन, ये लिए कॉबलस्टोन आया, कॉबलस्टोन, इधर से गिरा ये लिए कॉबलस्टोन, इधर बनाई, सबको उठाओ, को बिठाओ, चलते बनाओ। अब क्योंकि आर्मर ट्रिम, क्या था वो, आर्मर ट्रिम में था ना शायद, जो भी थी वो चीज़ वो आ गई है। मेरा मन हो रहा है उसको एक्वायर करने का, बट आई थिंक वो आई थिंक मैं इसके डायमंड के आर्मर पे रहूँगा, पता नहीं क्यों, बट मुझे अच्छा लगता है। तो इसको यहाँ कर देते हैं। चलती रहेगी वो अपने आप। आई होप अभी तक खराब नहीं हुई होगी। नहीं हुई। यार जूम नहीं है बिना ऑप्टिफाइन के। ये हो रहा है तब तक नेक्स्ट बना है नीचे के लिए। बारिश भी हो रही है, मुझे ट्राइडेंट भी चाहिए यार। मैं ट्राइडेंट ढूंढ के आ नहीं, ये बंद हो जाएगी बट फ्लश के ग्लोबेरी, माय फर्स्ट एनकाउंटर। थोड़े से मॉस के ब्लॉक ले लेते हैं, जस्ट इन केस आगे हमें मिले नहीं अगर। कौन सा है इसमें से मॉस का ब्लॉक? इसे टूटता होगा मॉस तो शवल से। ओके हो, वेयर इज माय हो, लेट्स गो। ये नहीं चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ये ले लिया। अब एक काम करता हूँ, जब तक ये द फक, जब तक ये लावा का ये हो रहा है ना, पहले तो एक दूसरा काम करता हूँ। मैं क्या कर रहा था, हाँ, डर्ट, डर्ट को यहाँ रखो, ये निकालो, तो ये बनाओ। अब इसको यहाँ डंप करो एक बार पहले, डंप करके ये बनाओ। भाई मैंने डंप किया है, क्या है, ठीक है। ये और ब्लॉक्स बनाओ, ये चेस्ट बना लो, सिंपल चेस्ट को यहाँ रख दो, फिर ये उठाओ और यहाँ डाल दो, ये उठाओ यहाँ भर दो, उठाओ। उसके बाद रेडस्टोन तोड़ते हैं हम बैठे बैठे। इसको इसमें रख देते हैं, तो इसमें रख देते हैं, ये सब ये रख लेते हैं अपने पास जस्ट इन केस, बाकी सब भी रख लेते हैं। और क्या चाहिए हमें, टेस्ट भी नहीं चाहिए, इसको भी यहीं रख देते हैं। इसको भी यहाँ रख देते हैं और इसको फेंक देते हैं। चलो चलो भाई शुरू करते हैं फिर। शुरू ही हुआ है, कंटिन्यू। चमक क्यों नहीं रही है भाई, पहले तो दूर से दिख जाती थी, ये सिर्फ ऑप्टिफाइड में ऐसे दिखती हैं दूर से। और नो, मेहनत हो जाएगी। ऐसे ऐसे करके चाहते हैं, अरे मिस, और फायरवर्क्स का भी खर्चा नहीं होगा। ये बिल्कुल पता नहीं आ रहा, पता नहीं क्या मूवमेंट हो गए, बाउंस से एक अजीब से ही हो गए यार मूवमेंट, कहीं पे भी जा रहा है, चेंज कर रहे हैं इन्होंने। तो मेरे फ्रेम्स भी कम आ रहे हैं कुछ। बाउंसी बाउंसी बाउं बिम बिम बू। वो लिटरली क्या आ रहे हैं? यहाँ तो 60 दिखा रहा है, खाली 60 फ्रेम। ये करूँ, मेरी मेहनत बढ़ी। अब मेरे को याद थोड़ा इसको थोड़ा इसको थोड़ा। जितना रेडस्टोन मैंने अभी इस पे लगाया उसका ऑलमोस्ट 2x तो मैंने वापस ले लिया है। मेरे पास शायद 3 या 4 स्टैक है, तो मुश्किल से इस पे एक स्टैक रेडस्टोन और लगाई होगी। हाँ ऐसे बड़ी बड़ी वेन्स तो ना। आउच। ये माइनक्राफ्ट क्या कर दिया है, टिंग 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 ऐसे बाउंस कर रहा है। उफ 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 उफ। और बाय द वे ये भी नहीं था, टूट गया था ये। मेरी मेहनत प्रिजर्व करने की कोशिश की इनको। मॉब स्पॉनर सोचा था अंदर ही फार्म बना लूंगा। ठीक है, अभी तो मेरा ही केव सिस्टम है। पर ये सब सोचना कुछ भी ना। लगता है गाने चलाने। नॉन कॉपीराइट इन आओ। उसी गाने कुर्ता पजामा। सुनना रे भाई सुनना, 4 दिनों का प्यार। अरिजीत सिंह बम बोले, द स्कैम 19 झूमने लगा आसमान। अप्सरा आली इंग्लिश बीट बीट भी। ओके ओके ओके। ये देखो ये अच्छा होगा। ये क्या बीट। क्या देख लिया भाई ये मैंने। हाँ ये अच्छा होगा। ये बुझ के यूं अंदर ही है, अंदर चोर है एक कबीरा माहे जा, एक फकीरा यूं ही न जा। आजा तुझको पुकारे तेरी परछाइयाँ एक कबीरा। इश्क है तिया लंद दाऊं जो मैं। ये हमने एक स्टैक पूरा कर लिया। प्रिया और मैंने अपने पेरीमीटर को पास से कहा है। खेल भी इसकी फायदे में मैं धीरे तो नहीं बोल रहा, मैं अपनी स्ट्रीम पे चेक करूँ क्या जाके। ये फुल रोमांटिक। ओहो क्यों उनमें बाकी ना रहा हो। ओ माय गॉड रोना आ जाएगा ऐसे तो। हम नॉर्मल गाने सुन लेते हैं। हम सुने नहीं क्यों रहे, हम पॉडकास्ट सुनते हैं। लोगन पॉल सुनते हैं। एक महीने पहले एंगेज के बाद भी डाली गई नहीं। लोगन इम्पल्सिव Logan Jake face off. Address terror accusation. Expose Dylan Dallas. Akon and Logan. Logan on double victory. Logan gets engaged. Tate escapes prison. Full send. Blah. Kevin Hart interview. Bird पता नहीं कौन है। नीना खुद आई थी क्या? हाँ ये वाला देखता है। एक सेकेंड ऐड नहीं हम बता सकते।
Because of the engagement, you've agreed to come on Impulsive.
I saw how big
The amount of meat on this bone.
on your phone.
Because of the engagement, you've agreed to come on Impulsive.
I saw how big it was, and I was like, "You did really good. Now let's make out."
Went to go get my skydiving license. She just wasn't cool with it.
That's not what I signed up for. Like, you're a wrestler and you're an action figure, a boxer. Like,
You not having with me for the duration of time that you did was very important.
Didn't stop her from being the Nordic vortex. But listen. Were you at all worried about her reaction to filming such an intimate moment?
I wanted the low gang to get their piece of the cake.
ओए ऐसा चाहिए यार मुझे नीचे का बच्चा बस।
You should see my legs, babe.
Are they sunburnt?
I have a line.
Did you put
For my
Did you put
shorts.
sunscreen on?
No, not on my legs.
Is that bad?
You're bad.
Because I don't wear sunscreen.
Is this rolling? Are we
Never
rolling?
sunscreen.
That was all captured? That conversation? That may have been the most raw, real relationship conversation you've seen from these two. And I should say that's what I see all day long. Like, this is me in the background. Like, what are they talking about now? Did you put sunscreen on your legs, babe?
I can't even see you, Mike.
Well, that's because there's a 6'3"
It's probably better that
superhuman.
It is better.
I'm kidding.
Just not having to look at my.
I can't believe you're not wearing shoes.
It's actually disgusting. to get
मैं
up.
तब तक ये क्लीन कर
You're not
सकता हूँ
supposed
प्रोबेबली।
to be there. Give me space. You're
No,
man-spreading.
actually,
You're
Speaking
man-spreading.
of not supposed to be there, I am gonna need you to move, buddy.
ये हम लोग ये देखा ही
I
नहीं।
knew you were
will
gonna
be
say
sitting
this.
next to her on this podcast.
I knew you were going to say this. And do you want to know why I knew you were going to say this? For 400 episodes, I have always known one certainty for this show. And that is that me and my boy right here are working together as a team against whatever evils, positives, negatives, whatever. And this is the
Like your
first
guess?
episode I've ever felt like I was the outsider on.
God damn! अच्छा पहुंचा ही नहीं अभी तक।
I know that.
Actually,
नहीं पहुंच
welcome
गया
to
ना।
Impulsive.
Impulsive.
That was awesome.
Nina Eggdog Paul coming in hot on Impulsive. I actually thought about replacing you with her eventually.
I think the audience would love that. Dude. Having a strong,
know.
independent female energy
I
on the
know.
show.
I can't wait for all the Johnny comments.
We'll,
So,
we'll get into that. But no,
Yeah.
seriously, get the fuck up.
Are we going to switch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very nice. Okay.
is this okay for you?
You're the guest,
Okay,
Nina.
perfect.
Oh, actually, sorry.
वाइपा आ गया वाइपा आ गया।
Can you say into that mic really quickly?
देखो
Mike,
एक बहुत
would you mind?
एक सेकेंड
Mike, would you
Let
mind?
me-
Absolutely
switching
not.
with
You're the
me?
guest, Nina. Of course.
pause this first।
While they're switching, I'll go ahead and do it. Guys, welcome back to
या एक बहुत भयंकर ट्रिक बताने जा रहा हूँ। हाँ किसी को बताना मत। ओप्सी, पहले अपना वाटर कहीं रखो, ठीक है, फिर लावा के पास आओ और कहीं से भी एक लावा का पीस जुगाड़ कर लो। अगर ये कहीं से तो यहाँ से ओके, मुझे कहीं लेना पड़ेगा। योइंक, यहाँ से योइंक, क्या ये मिल गया। एक बार पानी में उड़ के जाओ पहले फटाफट, नहीं तो आप जल जाओगे और आपका हार्डकोर वर्ल्ड चला जाए, ठीक है। और फिर जे वो कहाँ गए, महेश दल्ले कहाँ गए? अबे लिटरली यहीं थे, कहाँ गायब हो गए? ओह नो, वो ही गायब हो गया, डर गया आई गेस मुझसे। हाँ गायब है वो लोग, यहीं देखे थे मैंने, ये रहे नहीं, यहाँ तो कुछ भी नहीं है। एनीवेज हाँ, अगर वो आते हैं तो मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा क्या सीन है, तब तक हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे उसको देखना। लुक एट दिस ब्यूटी वर्किंग एट इट्स फाइनेस्ट। ओह माय गॉड, कितना क्लीन तरीके से निकाला उसने। आई डोंट नो उसने कुछ निकाला भी है। वो एनीवेज वापस से जाते हैं हम लोग और पॉडकास्ट चालू कर देते हैं।
Number one podcast in the world. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.
Did I leave my phone over there?
और मैं नॉर्मल खाना बना के ला रहा हूँ, पता नहीं मुझे वेस्ट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज लग रहा है अब गोल्डन एप्पल खाना।
Wait. Do you wanna sit here maybe?
Whatever you think.
What the fuck is this kid doing?
It's your show.
I kind of want to put you here.
Okay.
Is that alright?
Oh, y'all are whack. That's so whack.
Good side.
Bro.
I look like an ogre on this side, and this side's kind of defined right here.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh my
Dude,
God.
Jeff, did you hear that? Did you hear what he just said?
Musical
Alright.
chair.
Well, you got a good side because one of your eyes got knocked out. So it's a fact. I mean,
Michael.
what? It's.
No, dude, it's just a guy.
I didn't. Me and him say those type of things.
Make a heroin joke.
He's got two bad sides.
You do have too bad.
That's
That's
funny.
not true, Jeff.
So, anyways, thanks for having me on the show today, guys. My leg started in 1985, January 13th, and it's it hasn't been an easy run.
It's not about you, Mikey. This
But
is about
I'm in
our
the guest
guest.
seat.
I can't believe it, babe.
I know I'm here.
Just be honest with me. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good now. It's definitely, you guys are intimidating. Obviously, I know you both very, very well, but I don't know. I was a little nervous about coming on here, but I'm here and I'm happy I'm here. So
Thanks, babe.
yeah.
I'm a little nervous too. I'll be
You
honest.
are?
Yeah.
Are you nervous too, Mike?
No,
Also,
I'm
we're just-
cool as a cucumber. I've battled Ben Shapiro on the show, Alex Jones. I've been up against Mike Tyson on mushrooms with pigeons. Nina Paul is something I feel like I can deal with. to
Okay,
be
you
honest.
can
I'm
probably
actually
handle
very
it.
excited about it. I mean, I'm very excited about it. I think there's a lot of stuff people don't know about you.
Well, that's why I'm nervous. The amount of meat on this bone.
On your phone?
The amount of meat on my bone.
Okay, so where do you go now?
I mean, how do you envision this going down? I'm
Yeah.
more than prepared to start firing questions. I mean, how do you?
I want to provide a little bit of
यहाँ से
context
start
for
करूँ क्या?
what's happening
Did
here.
you do the whole intro?
यार मैं बहुत भयंकर वाला कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ, मैं क्या?
Subscribe. I hit my CTAs, babe.
Okay, good.
Don't worry.
यहाँ एक और मशीन बना देता हूँ, सिंपल है।
We have
फिर
been
एक और, फिर एक और, फिर एक और।
about being private while we were dating, and I did that.
पहले वो वाला पार्ट हटा लेता हूँ ना,
I didn't want
ये इतना इतना कर लेता हूँ सबको,
about or affected by content.
जैसे ये ऊपर है, ये ऊपर है,
Because I've been a fucking
इनको हटने दो,
space for so long.
तब तक मैं ये पानी हटा लेता हूँ यहाँ से, है ना?
Often
वो सही रहेगा।
you are throwing yourselves to the wolves of the internet, and it can be a gnarly place. And this is the first time, because of the engagement, you agreed to come on the classes.
I know I needed that ring on my finger before going here, but it's here, so we're ready to go.
It's here, and
And it's gorgeous. Did you take a look at it?
I've not even seen it.
Okay,
yet.
do you wanna
That's
take
how
a look
I
at
would-
it?
Yeah, can you just take it off your finger?
I don't know about that.
Jeff, where's Jeff at?
no, because no. I'll be honest, Nina. I'm very fucking proud of this ring.
It's gorgeous. Is there a fly?
There was, if you
There
want.
was. Okay. It's absolutely stunning and perfect. And you have outdone yourself. Like this is everything I wanted and more, and so are you.
Thanks, babe.
How much did it cost?
Oh.
It doesn't have to be a ballpark. It could just be the exact number.
I'm not gonna say.
No, you can say 6 digits.
Well, that is ridiculous. How much it costs. I was debating on telling Nina, right? Like, do you tell your fiance how
I
much?
don't think so. That's kind of weird.
That's what I thought too. But I tell her everything.
Yeah.
And I know she wanted to know, even though she wouldn't have asked me. I know she wanted to know.
I held off for a little bit.
And then one day I was filtering through the GIA report, which is like.
Do you know what that is?
I do. Yeah, it's a diamond rating system.
Essentially, that's what it is. And there's the intricacies of buying a ring.
VVS, this type, that type. How is it cut?
everything.
What color stone is it? Where's it from?
Yep.
Blah, blah.
Oh, you know it all.
We used to have to buy certain things with drug proceeds. Yes.
I'll say the specs of it. You could estimate the price. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's an E-color, emerald cut,
Yep.
6.23 carats.
Yep.
VVS 2.
Yep.
Help.
That's pretty much.
That's about it.
Yeah, and then you got the bullet cuts that you
Bullet cut,
decided
tapered
yourself. You
diamonds
made
and
it your own, which I really appreciate.
But I was so surprised, and I told you this, that when I opened the box to give you the ring, you kind of just glanced at it. You didn't even like look at the ring that much, and you more fixated on me, which I was told actually by your sister Abby and like my mom and the girls in general. They're like, when she sees the ring, she's gonna black out. But when I did it, she just looked at it, and we started hugging, and it was such. In that moment, I was like,
So here's a secret YouTube hack.
ओए एक बच गया शायद.
Using YouTube Shorts. If you go to TubeBuddy.com, which you can sign up for free, they have this brand new tool that's going to blow you away. What it does is it shows you an exact time frame of increased retention that you can turn into a short. And it shows all the best
वाओ.
your best
अब
performing
मेरे इसमें ये हो सकता है.
shorts. Then you can just
अगर मेरे पास एक टॉर्च हो
search
तो.
for YouTube Shorts and click on this
Okay.
template. Drag your video in and edit to the specific time that TubeBuddy tells you. You have got to try
LOL.
This is going to change.
I am faster. इसको भी हटा देते हैं एक बार. सोर्स कौन सा है ये?
Like Roblox, the sandbox allows you to build your own 3D games using its Game Maker application. Unlike Roblox, the sandbox is entirely decentralized, meaning no one company or group of people owns it.
Meow.
You don't need a wallet to sign up. Easy as Minecraft creative mode, powerful messaging system, flexible mechanics allows for infinite variety, uncluttered interface is easy to learn, great default art and lots of styles,
Meow.
decentralized system and ownership, simple enough for a kid, powerful enough for any idea.
Meow. Oops.
you know, this is why this is the girl I'm marrying, because like this moment.
यार कितना सही होगा यहाँ से केव से और फिर बाहर कहीं निकलने का
It's
रास्ता.
just us.
God,
I had to
God,
tell her. I
can't
was like, look at this. Like, do you like it?
Yeah.
Is this what you wanted?
I wanted to just take it all in. Like I kept telling myself, like just be present and like do the mental photographs and like, you know, just really memorize what's happening because I knew it was only going to happen once in my life. And it was so important for me to remember this because I don't remember jack shit. So I had to focus.
Me either.
And I get the rest of my life to look at this ring, so I wasn't really concerned. I saw how big it was, and I was like, he did really good. Now let's make out.
And by the way, we all saw the moment, an incredible moment. I don't know if you know this or not, but it has been responsible for many single, long-awaiting engagement women in the world crying their eyes out this week, watching this wonderful moment. Was there ever any kind of giveaway? Was there ever any kind of moment where you thought this was going to happen? I mean, walk me through this, beautiful Italian proposal and everything that it was.
I mean, I knew it was happening.
Okay. There's some back and forth here. I told you this girl knows everything.
I know, she's just very aware.
Yeah, I'm a witch.
Yeah.
I'm a witch. A little witchy.
Okay, but tell
Sometimes bitchy. Mostly witchy.
she does see the future, and it's insane. But tell me you texted your friends.
There's a couple of things about the trip to Italy that made me think that it was going to happen. The first thing was Jeff fucking up on speaker on his phone, mentioning, which turned out it didn't really have much to do with my actual ring, but I heard it.
I love you, Jeff.
There was the fact that he told his dad he was going to meet my dad, but not that he was seeing my mom. I was like, oh, he probably told his dad about the fact that he's going to ask my dad for the permission to marry me. So I thought about that. There's a few other things.
There were subtle little things that gave it away.
Oh,
and
no,
I
no, no.
knew
This
that.
was the craziest one. This was the craziest one, and I think you think the same thing. I don't know if you remember me telling you this. When we were in Copenhagen doing the Prime tour, we sat at this restaurant and he grabbed my left hand and he literally just grazed my ring finger like this, and I like looked over and like I was like, he's definitely thinking about the moment where he's gonna propose right now. Like, why would he grab my ring finger?
He was thinking about more than that. He was thinking about what exactly the size was.
That's what I was doing, Mikey.
Yeah, the
Because I knew
sizing,
fucking Milton, my boxing coach, who I trusted to get her ring size, most likely fucked it up. So for
I can't believe you asked him.
getting the ring size wrong, like the amount of detail I went in to try to get this proposal to be perfect was insane. This was getting the proposal perfect was harder than fighting Floyd Mayweather. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Because it's her. I wanted to film it, make a nice piece of content for us to watch for the rest of our lives.
मैं जाओ यार रखता हूँ इसके पास.
Good story.
Bro, the ring just fucking slipped on her finger. It's way too
I
big.
need
I was like, no, no, not like this. But yeah, it's a good story.
Wait, so my friends,
Yeah.
we got to Lake Como. You know, my dad was there. We flew in a private jet, which is like, we get to do that. We're very lucky enough to get to do that. But like, you like bought the plane, which is new. Like, usually somebody else covers the expenses of the PJ.
Shout out WWE.
And
Or
had
Hard Rock.
like
or whatever.
Shout out Hard Rock.
and like got to Lake Como. I've been dreaming about getting to this specific hotel since I saw it. And like I walked in and Gregory, the like, you know, general manager was there and he knew about everything, but like was playing it so cool. Had the most amazing day. Like we both like looked at each other and we were just like, you were like, this is the most content I've ever felt, and started crying. Remember that? When we ate that panini.
Emotional day for me. That was a good. That's
Yeah,
panini.
I get, now I get it. It wasn't a fucking panini,
It
but
was-
it was just, it was
But
a
it was
lot.
so good though.
And then got to bed, did her thing, and then you pulled out the earrings, and I was like texting my friends. I was like, okay, so no engagement this trip, but I got the sickest earrings.
Was that supposed to be a like
A decoy.
a
It was
decoy?
a decoy.
Is
It
that was that the intent, or was it supposed
was
to warm
Jake's
her up?
idea.
Like,
That was my brother Jake's idea, because I figured
that she
having
was-
to keep this a secret for 2 months and her just being around all the time, and I also tell her everything. She would
Whoa.
have an inkling of a hint or something, and I wanted to make her think, oh, like
Three
surely
diamonds,
if he
I
got me
guess.
these dope ass earrings, he's not gonna give me a ring like this
Yeah.
trip, you know. And she sent the
अबे
text,
तेरी तो 11 डायमंड मिले इस वेन में से.
but evidently when we got to dinner, I was being very weird.
Lucky, not me.
I noticed that just even in the video. Like you know, it's stuff that wasn't shown. Like I just even in the lead up, bro. How could you not be?
I was
How
so
could you
nervous.
not be?
I was so nervous. But you know the wildest part about all this, I thought I was playing it so cool.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm two dirty martinis deep, and I'm like, I'm loose, fucking making convo with my
So
girl. like-
awkward. Like we've never had to like force any conversation
Yeah.
ever in our entire relationship. And that night, I was like, this guy needs something to lean on. So I was like, why don't we pull up some of the Instagram questions that you've been talking about you wanting to answer? Like it was.
we pulled up
that
a questionnaire,
dirty.
dude.
Like-
it felt like a first date. It
Yeah.
felt like a
Right.
fucking first date.
So
Right.
and then as soon as you did it, we sat down. I was like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, because it was the first time in my life, and I've heard people say this, but I felt 50 pounds lighter. It was just so much pressure.
After it happened.
Yeah. Today, we're here with the sponsor for your bouncing bundle of joy. No, we're not talking about a baby. We're talking about your baby makers. That's right. Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. But just like your babies, your delicate little guys have sensitive skin and deserve products that are not only skin safe, but made with safe ingredients. That's where Manscaped's Platinum Package comes in. From razors to shower care, this package goes above the gold standard for your body hair. So treat your beautiful boys to the world's finest toys at manscaped.com and use our code Logan for 20% off plus free shipping. You know it's important to be well groomed. Summer is here. You need to keep it fresh. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. Inside this Platinum Package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Ultra Premium Body Wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner, Ultra Premium deodorant, Crop Preserver, Anti-Chafing Ball deodorant, Crop Reviver Ball Spray Toner, Anti-Chafing Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag to hold your goods while you travel. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. Both are waterproof, so you can shave with less mess. The Platinum Package 4.0 covers all the bases from head to toe and hair to ball fro. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Logan at manscaped.com. With 20% off free shipping at the manscaped.com. Use the code Logan. Use the Platinum Package because the Gold Sanders is no longer good enough. Thank you, Manscaped. Back to the show.
So looking back, I guess maybe like right after
Yeah.
it happened, you have this magical moment. You see this ring. You probably take a second.
तो अब बस बीच में लाओ बाकी है और कहीं पे भी नहीं है.
You see your man and you said yes and all these things. Were you at all worried about her reaction?
अबे
to
तेरी
your
पूरा ये तो
filming
चट्टान ही
such
गायब हो
intimate
गई.
moment?
देख.
And what, Nina, was your reaction to it purely like this is what he does and I'm okay?
अबे लिटरली यही तो थी ना. हाँ यही थी ना वो चिली.
I'll let you go.
I was very nervous to film it,
But you
A-
had to.
and it felt kind of wrong, to be honest.
Why?
But because
मैं इसको
Like I
भी
said,
नॉर्मली हटा सकता
when
हूँ.
we
I
first
guess.
started this podcast, I've been so intentional about keeping things between us. You are not an internet piece of clickbait for me. You're my everything, babe. I fucking love you so much. And so I don't want to drag you into this shitstorm. Sorry, guys watching, but it's a fucking hellhole online.
For sure.
And it is what you make it, and you
It
have to
can be.
have iron skin. Dude, we posted our first picture together, like girlfriend, 6-month anniversary, and the comments are just scathing, just being mean to Nina. Just,
I've never been bullied in my entire life.
And-
I don't know how, but this was my first bullying experience, and like it is just not okay. Like people are negative for no reason. It's little that are just trolling me. Like it's
I do have a
ridiculous.
theory. I have a theory.
Well, and kids too. And I'm 100% with you on that. I want to make sure that my place on it is aligned with you. Completely not okay. I think there's been this whole push for like, oh, people are too sensitive, people are too soft. Let's make fun of each other. Let's call each other fat. Let's tell girls they look like guys. Not okay. Not cool. We moved.
Yo,
away.
there's a 5-minute TikTok video
Oh my God,
talking
this
about
is
this guy dissecting Nina's appearance,
No,
saying
it's-
she's transgender.
No, bro.
You can see it here. She's
It's-
got
but-
her hips had them apple come out, and this.
Oh,
means
it's have
she-
you seen it?
I haven't. But
It's
I
wild,
have
Mike.
to send it. It got like 9 views.
I prefer
so
to not
like,
even
it's
watch
fine.
it, and I wish you guys hadn't even mentioned it, and whatever. But I have, and
No,
you have.
everybody's gonna watch it.
Well,
It's
No,
funny.
they'll never find it.
Yeah, it's deep.
It's buried in the depths of
The
TikTok.
good thing is we've graduated because we've been in the space for so long to
Yeah.
a point where we know automatically that when people say those type of things, they're just losers. Like
Yep.
I don't like when I see hateful comments. Like 99% of hate on the internet is driven out of jealousy.
What do
right?
people
So,
bully
like,
you for?
Age, the type of girls. It doesn't matter. How I'm making
You're
my
just
money.
saying
how
what
I
I
spend-
bully you for.
No. But it's I don't care. It's not about.
Do you actually not care, or are you just saying that you don't
zero.
care?
I
used-
did
you
for
used to.
so long.
Because I'll pretend like
did
I
for
don't
s-
care, but like
No.
it fucking
Eventually,
sucks.
you will. You won't have to because you're not going to be subjected
No,
to it.
we're gonna put Johnny into the block comments. We're gonna put.
They say she looks
Chin.
like Johnny Knoxville sometimes.
Johnny Knoxville's
he
a
was
very good looking
handsome
man.
when he was
Johnny
young.
Knoxville, no,
Yeah,
Johnny
he's a
Knoxville's
handsome
still
man.
a very good
He
looking
is.
man.
He's still very handsome.
He's incredible.
Well, just the only issue is Johnny Knoxville. He's a guy, and Nina's a girl.
I am strong looking.
You're very.
yeah. No, baby, you're fucking gorgeous. You have defined features, and I'll be honest. I have a theory that most of the people leaving these mean comments are men who are shorter than Nina. She's 5'9". She looks like a fucking alien. She's
How is
beautiful.
that not obvious? When you read these comments, how is it not obvious that the only person that would leave a mean comment about someone online is a loser? That is a complete and utter loser in that current moment. Now we keep a
Yeah.
lot of hope alive for these people because
I
I was a
know.
loser once too. Not online. We've talked about this. I've never once left a mean comment. That's ridiculous.
I
That's
don't understand the
ridiculous.
mindset from people being like, I'm gonna text this out and then I'm gonna post it and feel good about it. Like, what does
Yeah,
it do
she's
for
she's
you?
fucking.
But honestly, let's not talk
No,
about
no, no,
them 'cause
for-
they suck.
for sure.
No, but I want to pivot because I'm
Yeah.
actually curious what she's gonna say, but I want to continue just answering the question about filming it.
Yep.
Oh.
Felt wrong, also felt important. I
Yeah.
have a great memory. I think documenting one's life, and especially if you're good at it, can potentially be one of the most important things humans can do to preserve their history. And when you have a moment that is this special to you, I said I was willing to sacrifice how kind of invasive this feels, and it's the first time I'll have a lens on a moment that should feel like it's just between us.
But I didn't even
But
know it was happening.
That's why I was able to do it
Yeah.
discreetly without her knowing that she was
Shout
being
out
filmed,
Kevin.
because Kevin
and
was shooting from a
Jorge.
second-story window with a
The
drape
gang.
around the cage. He was impossible to see.
You know what I thought about?
What
I almost walked upstairs to use the bathroom in our room.
would have
I
spoiled
know,
everything.
but I literally crossed the stairs and I was like, I might go upstairs.
We had an excuse for it. We had an excuse for
What
everything.
was your excuse going to be with Kevin sitting with a lens this long out the window,
He was
hidden behind the
Bird
curtain?
watching.
He said
Yeah,
he said he was going to take the opportunity to get some B-roll for the
Right.
Maverick Club.
You don't
No,
think
that-
that would have like
No, I think you could. I think you could have sold. Yeah, no, he
No, there's
sweats.
no
He
fucking way.
sweats.
No
He
way.
would've started
No
sweating
way.
like
I would have been
crazy.
like, sweaty Kevin. I know what's going on here.
But I knew I was good. I'm good at storytelling, and I knew that there's a story here, perhaps the most captivating and definitely significant one to me that I could ever tell. We have a year's worth of footage from us falling in love literally since day one, and I said to myself, I'll make this video. I will make it, bare minimum, so we can have it for the rest of our lives. If she's okay with it and she's willing to put that online, I'll entertain that conversation.
We had that conversation.
And we landed on, fuck it, let's post it.
It was a very beautiful video. It was
Thanks.
meaningful. I told him this on the Boys Only episode that we just had. An incredible piece of storytelling. The entire, adventure through you guys meeting, falling in love, the friends, all this stuff, and culminating with this moment was very special. And as a storyteller like you are, I'm sure that it felt important to you.
It was important to me too. Like I told him, I was like, I don't think that the only reason why we're laying in this incredible house in Puerto Rico with our 2 dogs, being so lucky and so fortunate, is because of his fans and his community that he has built himself. So to me, I didn't want to rob them from that because of me being, overly sensitive or thinking about it too much. Like I was like, it's just not
Come
fair.
on, man, come on.
I wanted the Low Gang to get their piece of it too. So you
The Low
got
Gang,
it.
they're out there.
Now I'm the Low Gang queen.
You are. You're the holy shit. You're queen of the Low Gang. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of the story that people know, and you told a little bit of the backstory, but I don't know how long I want to wait before we run through this relationship, like revisit the start of it. How did you guys meet?
You, buddy.
Well,
There's a few people involved in that.
For
Mike,
sure.
huge piece. Jonathan Swartz,
yep.
huge piece.
Yep.
Julie Singer,
Yeah.
huge piece.
So
So let's talk about it.
while I was shooting 99 Originals, I had contacted through Jonathan Schwartz, the Elite Modeling Agency. I was connected with a girl named Julie from Elite.
Elite Model Management.
Elite Model Management. And they had Nina Agdal, which I later found out. Am I saying that right?
No, but
I never get this right. Help.
never.
Agdale.
Unless you learn to speak
Acadale.
Acdale.
See,
That's-
I said it perfectly.
Agdale.
Say it
Acadale.
Agdale. Agdale.
Acadale.
We'll have a long time to work on it. It's fine.
So I slaughtered
We'll
it.
work on it.
Okay.
Well, it'd be Nina Paul, which would be a lot easier
So-
for
Thank you.
everyone to say.
Thank you. And again, just me on the show, baby. Mike's out. We're still in pulse. So I was shooting 99. I wanted a model for this particular shoot. They had Nina Agdal. I'll be honest. I thought this girl was
ऑब्जर्वर ही
the
खत्म हो
prettiest girl on the planet for a very long time.
Yeah,
I've
so
had a
there
crush
was
on
a
her
whole
since I was
thing- yeah.
like 19,
You
20.
like told Mac about me way before.
Wait, dude,
yeah,
when she had her Super Bowl
years.
commercial.
Yeah.
Like when I was 19. Yo, Nina Agdal was in the Super Bowl commercial. Carl's Jr. Whoa, she went crazy. Like I had been loosely watching Nina as I became a bearded man.
हे पारुल इसका नाम पता करना 100 रुपए देता हूँ तुझे
इस 100 रुपए में मेरा ईमान खरीदना चाहता हूँ 500 लगनी है
वर्कआउट कर लिया
मैं यहाँ वर्कआउट नहीं हैंग आउट करने आया हूँ।
मेरी फोटो लगा लो पोस्टर पे सब लोग इसी जिम में आएंगे
किसी बहुत बड़े लिए कोई लगेगा कि असली बॉडी है
अरे चिच्चा इतनी जल्दी बॉडी कैसे बना ली
Well, that was the issue. I was just a cringy, corny online internet kid, and here she is, like the hottest girl on the planet. She's in like relationships and stuff, and I
Did you ever fantasize about me?
probably I get to do it every day.
Wow, dreams come true.
Dreams really do come true, kids. And so I was like, yeah, you know, I'll try to get her for the shoot, but obviously I'll keep it professional, like very professional. And
It was.
we got through rounds of contracts, and the day before we were supposed to shoot for 99 Originals, she fucking canceled on me. I was pissed. Whatever.
Do you know, remember why you
Yeah,
canceled?
of course I remember.
Why don't you say it?
Why don't you say it?
Why don't you say it?
Well, you were, first of all, way too cheap. Like, your day rate was pure shit.
It was dog
Like,
shit. It was dog shit.
absolute nonsense.
I also,
They were like, you'll get a percentage of your or of the sales. I'm like, no.
Tried to
Need the money
commission
up
you.
front. Like, no.
Crazy.
And then obviously you have a couple of things in your past that I did not know you personally, and it definitely, you know, I wasn't sure I wanted to be associated with that. And now you're my fiance. But that's because we've talked it all through. But like, if you don't know Logan, and I totally get it, like if you just see,
अरे
you know, the headlines and the
अभी तो 10
stories
बना के रहा
write about you, and they love to pick on people that are doing well, that are good people at the same time, because that's just how the world works. I didn't really know if this was the right job for me at that point in time, so I declined it. But it was honestly mostly because of the money.
we had him on the finish line. It was the 1 yard line. They canceled on me.
Well,
Honestly,
she wasn't being greedy. You were just being poor.
Yeah.
I remember
What
what
do
you.
I was a starving artist, dude.
Okay, so you don't do the shoot, and then
She's dead to me, Mike. Yep. I don't give a shit about this girl. I needed this photo. Anyways, 6 months later, we're at the Hard Rock Hotel because Mike dragged me there to get paid a commission because he also got paid a commission. Whatever. I'm at this place. I'm having a shit time. I get a text from Julie
What?
Elite. Who the fuck is Julie Elite? Hi, I'm upstairs with Nina. Come upstairs and say hi. I'm like, Nina, scroll up. Oh, Nina Agdal. Oh, this is Julie Elite, the agent who I almost worked with for the originals. Yeah, right. I'm not going up 4 stories to meet you. No way. Nina takes the phone. Texts me. She's like, hi, it's Nina.
I said a photo.
Come upstairs.
Looking cute.
Yellow dress.
Yep, like a little bumblebee.
Delightful. Come upstairs. My back is broke. I'm 30.
I just hurt my back.
I'm like, oh, she's kind of funny. I'll go upstairs.
Yeah, he did.
So I start to walk upstairs, and sitting at the top of the stairs, standing, this beautiful blonde, about 5'10" that night, yellow dress, looking. I'm like, oh no, oh no. But surely she sucks. And we get upstairs, we sit down at this table. David was there, and we just start yapping. And I turn on the Jets. I put on my Riz, dude. I was like, all right, I'm
And you
here.
were tired, right?
I
So
was-
you had to pull some strings
Yeah,
inside of yourself.
I
to make
really,
this
I
happen.
activated. You know when you're like, I'm gonna put on for a second and see what's up, and then we just started vibing and hung out the entire night and literally have not left each other's side since.
Yeah.
I knew immediately. I was like, I'm obsessed with you, lady.
You said it that night. You were like, I like you.
I like you.
And you like me.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
was-
then like the second night, you were like, I have a feeling we're gonna be together for a very long time. And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
And-
like,
and-
is this love bombing or is
and
this
keep
real?
keep like all of us in mind here too, because he's also telling us this. So I'm getting text messages.
I
like,
saw you at Little Sister the night after.
Right.
Yep.
So I had texted him that first night and said like I think like something like, yo, we have plans, and it was like, not gonna make it, Mikey. I found my future wife. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is this kid talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then I remember it was like the first night, and by the way, I didn't see him again the first night. And I'm in like a suit or something. I'm by myself now, just like an idiot. So I went out, had fun, whatever. But I remember the next night, it was like, oh yeah, I'm at Casa Cipriani. I think it was the second night, right?
No, that was
And-
the first night.
First
oh,
night.
it was all the first
You had
night.
the podcast the next day
Yeah.
where you showed up in the same outfit because you came straight from my house. Or did you stop? No, you.
No, I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I got
Can
called
I ask
out.
you guys a question?
No. Sure.
Okay, so did you guys hook up the first night?
Yes,
Hold on.
but not entirely.
It was not an entire hookup.
No.
Which, by the way,
What does hookup mean, though?
Yeah, what do you
what does
define
hookup
as a-
mean? I don't know. Like the answer is yes, but like not what you think. This might be too far. I don't know. Where's the line? She wouldn't
can
have
always cut it.
she wouldn't have sex with me.
I
For-
know that
for a while.
Well, it wasn't a while because it wasn't measured in days.
Yo, come on. Yo, no.
No, she knows it.
I know, but we got, come on, bro. This is my fiance.
No problem. No problem. Listen,
Keep it
I will,
classy.
no
Keep it
problem.
classy.
I will walk that line, and I'm happy to.
I feel like this subject is finished,
for sure.
right?
Yeah, I will say though.
Yeah.
You approached that like you not having sex with me. The time that you did was good. I'll be honest. I thought I did.
You talked to Mike about it.
I said this girl's perfect as far as I can tell. There's one unexplored venture, and I have reason to believe that.
ठीक है, ये भी सही है। मेरे ख्याल से ना अब यहाँ पे नया लगा, या मैं इस चीज़ को उड़ा दूँ।
It is actually why I was
वो
asking
लेके
the
आता हूँ,
question,
बीकन लेके आता हूँ यहाँ से।
because there are a lot of people out there who have this conversation around how long people wait to have sex and how that then translates into marriage. And so that is where I was going. I'm not a classless person anymore. I've upgraded quite a bit since we started this podcast. Do you believe that waiting period had a long effect and led to this moment?
No.
I do. I absolutely do.
Really?
Now, what happens in a disagreement here? Because I don't see this often.
Sorry. Let me clarify.
I don't
Would it have changed the outcome? No.
No.
Do I have a good amount of respect for it, and did I appreciate it? I absolutely did. I thought it was classy. I kind of always wanted my fiance to be that.
Like Cleopatra with the fucking lock on her vagina.
I liked it. I respected it. I
needed to make sure you weren't just some fucking.
She thought I was love bombing her.
Yeah, I
Right,
thought there was something.
I
going
like
on.
you like me. I have a crush on you.
It was a lot.
We're gonna be together for a long time. I could just be spewing bullshit from my mouth. She doesn't
Yeah, I
know
didn't
me, bro.
know. I didn't know.
She has no idea who I am. You know.
Didn't stop her from being the Nordic vortex. But listen. Okay, listen.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Let's get back to the topic at hand. My apologies.
What do you think?
Miss Paul.
Do you think you should have sex on the first date?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't dated a lot of people, but the girls that I have dated have all made me wait a little bit. And I want to ask you this: is there a timeline that she could have satisfied? Not the entire one that she did, that you would have also found that same level of respect for.
Yeah,
5 days, 10
absolutely,
days.
absolutely.
Like, is there a
well, we were just with each other for so long. There was so much time together. I in my head we had crossed that bridge, but she it was. Let's change the subject.
Sure. Okay, so you have this massive undertaking, and I want to get back to something that you mentioned a few moments ago, because it's wildly important to the conversation. It's a meaty topic. You had these initial reluctance to do the shoot with Logan because of things that you had heard about him, and even having met him, having gotten to know him. How long did it take before you were able to overcome those obstacles that are presented by way of what people think about him, what people say about him, and what would you like the world to know about the man that you know?
No, I can answer that very quickly. As soon as I sat down with you.
होस्टिंगर की मैनेज्ड वर्डप्रेस होस्टिंग पेश है वेबसाइट परफॉर्मेंस बेहतर बनाने के लिए 3 विशेष सुविधाएं। एक इन हाउस
अरे यार कितना है
and have one conversation 30 seconds in. I think any person who has spoken to Logan will say the same thing.
2 3
Sales.
No,
I
but
completely
like,
agree with you.
You know, all of
This
his...
seat is great, dude. I gotta say, dude. If you can't hang on this couch, bro, this is fucking. I might not come back. I feel like Barbara Walters. This is incredible. This is fantastic. I got nobody next to me. I'm wide open.
You're crushing it.
This is fantastic. Sorry, you were saying?
After 30 seconds, I was like, everyone has their baggage. Everyone has different baggage. Obviously, his is way more public than any other person, which is also making everything so much tougher. And like, he's gone through so much hardship, and he's been canceled multiple times. He has had the entire world turn on him, and he still came out as a better, stronger, wiser, kinder person. So like, anyone that has, you know, their judgment about you, I think if they have one conversation with you, or even now, I feel like you're presenting yourself in a different way now too. Like, you're maturing, you're doing, you know, great business ventures, and like I feel like you're really just coming into yourself as a man, and like your vlogging days is such a big part of you, but like you're so much more than that. So like I'm excited to see you continue growing and for people to see what an amazing man you actually are. And I know you're gonna do so much good. So like people that talk shit right now, just wait. Like, let them.
Thanks, babe. I have no problem sleeping in the bed that I've made. And I understand I've done a lot of good, I've done some bad, and I've had ups and downs. They've all been online. I happen to, I think, mature maybe a little slower than the average person. And at points in my life where my priorities were shifted and the top ones became
अबे यार मेरे पास आयरन ही नहीं है यहाँ पे.
I lost myself.
मेरे को वहाँ नहीं जाना ठीक लेना.
I don't think there's anything. What's that quote you said? Don't attribute
to
malice
what can adequately be explained by incompetence.
Which
And
is what I was.
incompetence-
I was incompetent, especially as like a person.
Basically,
with
this
the sound
idea.
world.
Basically, this idea that if there are shortcomings, if there are breakdowns in a person's process and the outcome that a person presents, that it's not. It is more likely to be attributed to their inability to complete something, their foul ups, mess ups, growing pains, whatever, than it is to simply say this person is an evil person. Because when you look around us at this world, everybody is fucking up. Everybody's making mistakes. And I would hate to go through this life thinking that because of that, every person is evil. It is much easier to say that we're all learning, we're all growing, we're all and listen, I'm not going to say that eventually after fucking up a million times, you know, that we should have that conversation and start to further inspect a person's persona and output. But I believe that in this world we do quickly demonize people and continue to demonize people
Very fast. Very fast. It's easy to, you know?
It's very easy
It's
to.
easy to do it now.
And I think if you can survive and grow from these,
ना ये वाला तो यहीं
you
तक
become that
आएगा.
much better of a person.
तो मेरे को ये क्लीन करना
Done it.
पड़ेगा.
I mean, that's where the magic happens.
You know,
even
That wasn't supposed to be blanket protection either, by the way. You've fucked up a lot of times, bro.
For sure.
I've been here, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I also like her, know you, and I also love you as a good man. And so
And
whatever.
taking accountability, like that's something you're big on.
I think it's very important.
Don't point at Mike though. You start pointing.
Oh
no.
shit.
Am I being involved?
When I pointed at you in Qatar, do you remember that? No
course.
pointing. No pointing.
There's
at
always
Michael.
going to be a point in your relationship
Point.
where,
Nice.
where your girlfriend gets in a fight with your best friend. And we had it in Qatar outside the World Cup. And Nina pointed to Mike's face. Mike says, "Get your finger out of my face." Then I put my finger in his face and I said, "Do not talk to her like that. Now my finger's in your face. What are you going to do about it?"
Now you got two fingers in your fucking face. What are you gonna do?
It backfired on me. I didn't like the one, then I had two. I was like, shit.
No, and then you started pointing too.
That's what makes sense.
You can't. I did say to her after though. Although I completely think she was in the right in that scenario, and who knows where we're gonna net out overall, us versus you in that situation. But I did say to her, I said, "Do be careful who you're pointing at closely in the face, because that can rub a lot of people, especially men, the wrong way."
I learned from it.
You know, it's just like, dude,
Well, and that's
come
why.
on,
and
bro.
by-
Someone puts their finger in your
and
face.
by the way,
like,
that's all I'd said. I didn't say like you're wrong in sentiment or you're wrong in substance. I just didn't appreciate.
But all
the way
I
it was.
wanted was an apology, which I also think was a completely.
अबे cobblestone नहीं टूटता, सिर्फ stone टूटता है. देख
There was a
cobblestone
lot of context.
damainable नहीं
It was
है.
a messy situation with
Messi.
Yeah, it was
With
with
Messi,
Messi,
literally.
with Messi involved.
Messi with Messi.
Yeah, it was just a lot going on with security and process and
Do you want me to explain it?
No, I don't know if we should go into it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no, it was a mess. It was a messy
I'm happy
situation,
we made
and
up.
by the way, it also kind of thrashed the game too, for at least for Nina, which sucked because she spent the rest of the time kind of in an upset mood.
Yeah.
As a result,
I
of it,
know.
so it sucked.
Yep. Whatever.
Okay, back on the topic. Going into a relationship with someone who has had, and by the way, like continues to have these type of scenarios play up, whether deservingly, sorry, or not. Is that something that you took into consideration in your decision to be with him, knowing that this could, you know, this could pop off at any moment? This perfect relationship, this house, all this beautiful white picket fence, this Americana could at any time be burned to the ground by a. Well, it's an American.
There's no white fence. Did it play any role? No.
Maybe earlier in the relationship.
No, it did not. As soon as I sat down with him and we started talking, it was like I've known him for years, and like, you know, I think it was more of a learning curve throughout the relationship, where it was like, okay, I'm dating someone who obviously is in the limelight and that has controversies and that keeps pushing the envelope and that keeps doing him unapologetically. That word is so hard to say. But I think for me as a partner, the most important thing I could do was to just be supportive and like I believe in him. So like I know we're gonna go through ups and downs like any relationship. These are just really big ups and really.
And we have, and there were moments that to me during the downs solidified that this is the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. You know.
Do you want to get into one of them?
I'll just definitely say there was a moment. It was the darkest moment of my life. I've never been suicidal. I'll never die by my own hand. But I was having really dark thoughts. And as a visualizer, as a director, as a person who can very clearly see things before they exist, it's why I like directing videos. It's why I like telling the stories I tell. I was seeing some really nasty things. Couldn't sleep multiple nights. Shell of myself. And this girl was there for me, by my side, walking me through all of it during an important time in her life when I was supposed to meet her dad.
Yep.
And
it was in Denmark. We were in Randers, Denmark, like a tiny town in Denmark in the middle of winter. You don't see sun. Like, it was just the darkest days right before Christmas.
It was one of the only times in my relationship with you that I was worried about your health.
I was getting calls from everyone that loves me, and she was, you know, texting my friends and making sure that they're like aware and just making sure that people are communicating with me. And it was in that moment where I said, damn, this girl really does love me. Like, really does love me. This is a love I haven't even experienced before. Definition of ride or die, quite literally. And it was then that I knew that I was gonna make it my wife one day.
So for you, Logan, just love this couch. For you, Logan, is that not another representative moment in your life? And wow, what a pure moment to share with the audience of how a seemingly terrible moment in your life was then flipped to produce a vision of something so beautiful, and how important that is to share to people that god dang, every fucking L you take has such a beautiful lesson.
It always is. It always is. Every single down, every single lowest moment of my life has turned into the biggest blessing, the biggest positive. If you can survive that shit, you will come out a better person. You will come out a developed person, a person who's experienced something. You've actually been through shit. I don't get along with and cannot relate to people who have not fucking been through shit. It's not hardship makes people. Yeah. And if you can learn from it, I only see the positive.
Go through it. Get through it. You can get through it and learn from it. Like, even in relationships, like every time we have some sort of conflict or anything like that, like I think in my past I've had a hard time communicating about that. I think it's a tough thing in relationships to like have a conflict and then actually have a really good conversation that's productive, not, flames and fire everywhere. And like this was the first relationship that I've had where I felt safe enough to do it, and I felt both of us were both Aries, so we both want to just fucking fight when it's
like
time.
A week apart, dude.
Yeah,
it's
fire and fire.
Yeah.
But it's like about taking that moment to be like, I'm gonna change my pattern in myself and in my relationship now because I love this person and I want this to work. And I think both of us for the first time was equally willing to back off a little bit.
You have to be, and I realized it early on. Like, I have a habit of self-sabotage. I just do. And
Yeah,
she does
you
a little
tried
bit as
it
well.
too.
I did try it.
Yeah, you did.
And she said it. She's like, "Are you self-sabotaging?" I'm like, Yes.
Guilty. Can you hand me that Prime?
Yeah.
By the way, it's also worth noting that like the horrible interaction that we had at the World Cup, like this is all very similar time. Like this is a very whirlwind.
It was right after Qatar.
I know that.
December. You had food poisoning in Qatar.
Yep,
it was the
yep.
worst
It was-
month of
and I remember
our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. It really was. It really
Yeah.
was. Wait. Let me say.
Sorry. Yep.
Early on, I realized that I was going to have to activate the qualities in me that could be a good partner. And I was going to have to work to do that because this woman was worth it. And I was happy to do it. And so with every tiff we've had, I try to take that beat, not let that fire come out, not let that fighter come out.
The fighter. He's
I'm
an
a
actual combat
athlete.
fighter. Like I'm fighting with a fighter.
Like, dude, I don't stray away from it.
Yeah.
Especially like, verbally.
You don't have
physically.
to tell me, Logan. You don't have to tell me. I've been on the receiving end of
you
it
know
about
it
5,000
very
fucking times. Okay.
I like it.
We brought it
It's a
up.
problem.
We brought it up on the episode Boys Only that we just did about this argument. We got it, and I told him, "Hey, listen, if you spend half the time you spend talking to the fucking Nina, and this was real early on, that you put that into the show, maybe we'd have a successful broadcast program." And he said, "Watch your fucking mouth."
Did he
That
point?
is.
You're pointing.
He was sitting. We were sitting in a precarious way, but he said, "You know, that's my future wife and the mother of my children. So watch how you talk right now." And this was very early on in a relationship. We were in Las Vegas. It was a very fiery moment for us, and we've had, you know, this. We've had many real fiery moments.
You guys are kind of like
We're
brothers.
brothers.
Yeah.
It's not. We're beyond friends. We're fucking brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means you're my brother too.
Facts.
Yeah, actually.
Damn, another sister. Another freaking
Yay!
sister.
Abby's my
sisters.
sister then too. Sick.
You got you, and I love that you and I love that all of you guys are good friends with
I
Abby
love
and with Jack
Abby.
and with baby Sloaney.
Oh my god.
And I think it's good training for you guys, and I'll ask about the baby soon. We were just talking about Copenhagen, and before we get too fucking far out here, and it's 9 o'clock, and we start losing our minds, can we get a snapshot of your youth? Can we talk about your life a little bit, about growing up in this sometimes 24 hours of dark countries, other times 24 hours of light country.
Yep.
This place called Denmark, Copenhagen, where Prime just launched recently, by the way.
Yep,
Give me my fucking,
exactly.
give me my equity.
Plug it. What do you want to know?
What was it like? What's it like living there? What's it like growing up there? Did you go? Were you rich? Did you know the palace like the back of your hand? Did you meet the king?
No. I grew up super normal, like middle class family. In my opinion, I had the best childhood. My parents were together. They got divorced later in life. I wasn't, living in the country, so I didn't even know that was happening. And now they're both happy, so it's all good. But I grew up with my parents together with an older brother, Emil, who's 5 years older than me. Denmark is super safe. As you know, we have free healthcare, free school. The taxes are super high, but I do think in a country like that, it works. And like to be raised there was probably, I'm the best thing that could have happened to anyone, but to me especially, like super grounding, super normal. Either rode the bus to school or walked or biked, even when it was fucking snowstorm. My dad would be like, "Get on the bike, you gotta get to school." Just super normal living, which is also why I needed to leave. I think the Danish culture, I love Denmark, I love Danish people, but there is a certain culture that I just could not really relate to when I got older. Like it's very
traditional
for
sure,
but like it's not like when I came to America and I walked into a store and people were like, "Hi, how are you?" I was like, "What, you're asking me how I'm doing? Like what?" Why?
Well, that so because I don't remember the exact numbers or rankings. I know it's very high. Finland is one.
We got beat, but we were number one for a while for the happiest
people in the world,
yep.
right? And so,
but also a lot of suicides. So there's a little.
define a lot because per capita, I'm sure it's got to be fucking dramatically lower than any other.
I think the winters anywhere with long
for sure.
Yeah, and also the fact that you don't talk about mental health the same way as you do. I think in America, I think it's getting there and people are getting more emotionally available and intelligent, but like there's still so much more room to grow in that part of the world, in my opinion, but also everywhere. But
and is it huts, igloos. Like, what is the land? The layout.
Yeah, I
of the
lived in an
land?
igloo.
Got it. Got it. Okay, cool.
It was cool. No, it's flat. The land is flat. Like it's just super normal.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in a house with my mom and dad's room, my brother's room.
It's one of the things I love about her, Mike. You can tell this girl doesn't walk with an air of privilege. She's fucking grateful for it. One of the first things I noticed about her after I noticed she filled out every single quality that I have a list on my phone. She filled out all of them.
Do you think that's weird, by the way, just quickly, that he has that list?
Everyone has a list.
No, I
I don't
don't.
have a
list. List. Come
I
on.
think writing down and manifesting and being intentional about your thoughts and what you want, I actually think is a really good thing.
Do you ever lose arguments to him?
I wouldn't say lose, but he definally has been right where I had to admit that I was wrong.
And vice versa.
And
She's
vice
right
versa.
a lot, Mike. She's
Yeah.
one of those. If Nina says something, there's a 95% chance she's right.
Yeah, my hit rate is pretty
It's very high. And her intuition is strong, very high. But gratefulness was one of the things I put on wife qualities, like not just girlfriend qualities, wife qualities, because I realized like we'd be going about our day and we're having a great day and just living a very happy, good life. And she's like, no, we're so lucky. We're so blessed right now. And
We are, you guys.
it was such a, we are.
No,
and
for sure.
to
Like,
recognize that
crazy.
and live in that space instead of thinking you deserve anything, I think definitely came from how grounded she was, and good job to her parents.
Yes,
for
and animated.
and Anamita, and yes, her dad's name is Yes. Her dad's name is Yes.
No,
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
no.
Her
Actually,
dad's name is Yes.
gratitude is the bedrock for happiness. Let's be honest.
So she
100%
started saying
is.
thanks for everything. She thanks me every time I pay for a meal. This is my fiance. She's every time I pay for a meal. Thanks for dinner, babe. Come on, dude. Like that's so cool to me, and it came from I think how grounded she was as a child and just lived a very normal life. But she had that zest for life that somehow, at the age of 18, this young Danish girl who was able to make it in the specific industry moved to America by herself without knowing a single person
I did not
or
know one
English.
person.
Dude, she's an 18-year-old girl who doesn't know English or anyone, moved to America to pursue a life that she didn't know existed.
So okay, so run me through this. Get off the phone now. What happened? Right, you go through. You feel like did they change your name at the port?
No.
I may be a
What?
few years off.
They-
I'm sorry.
They used to do that back in the day.
So-
way back in the
Yeah,
day.
this is talking. I think.
1800s,
Okay, yeah. So okay,
No.
so you where do you land?
I landed in Miami. Miami was my hometown in America.
Horrifying.
Um,
That's where her
and-
agency was, no?
We're in
This is-
we're in Miami right now, by the way, a place that
I know.
historically have tried to steer clear of.
Oh,
I've
I
recently
love it
found things that
here.
I like about Miami
It's
as well.
great. Yeah, I landed in Miami. That's where the agency that provided my visa was. Didn't speak English, got off the plane with one suitcase, didn't know a single person, had an address and a piece of paper, because back then we didn't have iPhones, and have money for a cab, didn't know what ground transportation meant, so literally exited at departures somehow. And I'm standing there and all these cabs are going by being like, no, we can't pick you up, we can't pick you up. And then I start crying because I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And this taxi pulls up and he's like, hey, you have to go downstairs to get a cab. And I was like, address Euclid Avenue. And then he was like, okay, just jump in. And he took me to the model apartment where Diana, who just had a baby, Spanish Diana, shout out.
Spanish
Oh,
Diana?
shout out Spanish Diana.
Spanish
Congrats
Diana.
on the kid.
She barely spoke English either, so we were communicating with our laptops walking around. And then Lauren Burns from Texas moved in, and she was the first girl that was like, "You're here now. You gotta start speaking." She's like, "I don't care what it sounds like, but you gotta just start talking." She started taking me out, and then the rest was history.
Dude, when I not found out, but like, she's fucking Danish. I said, "Where's your accent?" I can't tell you an accent. She lost it over the years, but I knew the young Nina had a young Danish accent. They're there. There's some gold. She was on Lip Sync Battle, which I also found.
Oh,
Back
that
in the
video
day.
seems
Against David Spade.
Against David Spade,
Yeah.
crashing it.
Yeah, because and like you know, I mean, let's go right into it. You've had a very long career of very interesting moments. You've done a lot of interesting stuff in your career. I mean, give a quick walkthrough of how you ended up going from this bring me to Euclid Avenue after, you know, like come straight out of Igloo, right? To getting on the set of Ridiculous regularly,
Yeah.
or doing that insane relaxing dance that was
Yeah, what the fuck happened? I obviously was in Miami for a couple of months. I was doing castings. I was, you know, focusing on keeping my body right. Had to lose some weight, whatever, which is a whole other conversation. And then I did a casting with Victoria's Secret in New York, which kind of like, you know, pushed everything in the right direction. Like as soon as a model can put that in their resume, a lot of doors that automatically open up. Even though I barely did the job, like they were like, your boobs are too big, we didn't get a mani pedicure, so this is not good. No, whatever. Did not even think about the fact that it was Victoria's Secret. I didn't understand in my head how important this job would be. So I showed up unprepared. Okay, then I did Sports Illustrated.
Victoria's Secret, wouldn't they want some titties? You know what I'm saying?
Back then it was
Just underwear.
it was
Like they didn't make bras. What they want to put in the fucking?
No, they wanted to put the cutlets in because it photographs
the chicken cutlets.
better. So when I didn't need them because I had to
I'd throw
still have
those
my
things at the
little-
windows. I used to back in the day, stick.
Yeah.
You just launch them at the wall. They made. My bad. Sorry.
Did Sports Illustrated, got the Rookie of the Year. I think Pete Upton was the year before me. Shout out Pete. And then after that, it kind of just escalated. And then I started booking jobs. I was working 5 to 6 days a week, was traveling the world, was living a life I did not even imagine for myself. Like modeling wasn't something that I was like, I want to be a supermodel. I want to, you know, be famous. Like all these, it was never my intention. I just wanted to fucking make money. That's all. I just wanted to make money so I could move away from Denmark and be independent and live the life that I just why.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Oh no, yeah, you got it.
I think it's dead. Did you ask for
That was impressive.
Yeah, so here I am.
So you're this.
I want to say one thing.
Go ahead, Logan Paul.
I feel like I've been talking a lot, and I wanted to let her talk.
You haven't said anything.
I'm
I've been
just-
asking her questions.
I know what that's. She said I don't want to make this like an interview, and I was like, well, you do have an interesting life, like
Well,
on
we're
your
trying to
own
learn
as
about
an
her.
independent person.
Yeah.
it's incredible. But if you're comfortable with it,
See, I feel like you just
You
got.
can ask me anything.
I feel like you just
better
got nervous
now.
there that you didn't want to upset her.
Well, no, just she definitely
Because
said to me,
you
I
told
don't
me
want
earlier-
this to be an interview.
No, but it's just a conversation.
Is it that, or is it because you know she got, as you said, the Greenland Gripper?
Yo, motherfucker! I said she could suck the chrome off a Cadillac and get it twisted. He said Danish Hoover.
The Greenland Gripper's crazy.
If my dad watches this,
Of
Okay,
course
so
he's
what-
gonna.
okay,
Yes,
so then-
I'm sorry.
Sorry. So,
I don't think he will actually, but my grandma will.
But will any of them
Grandma,
understand those terms from the igloo?
No way.
The grandma, I talked to the grandma. She said, "Eat not eat." You know what I'm saying? Like she don't know what I'm saying.
You gotta meet.
Okay,
Lola.
so sorry. So what do we do then if we don't ask? Like,
No, you can. I'm comfortable now. It was the thought that I think was more.
We're pretty relaxed.
I think it's been going.
He's not even wearing fucking shoes, so.
I looked at producer. Producer saying thumbs green light, thumbs up.
Do you have any particular questions? Because like there are some moments in our relationship.
Please, by all means. I'm here to support. I swear to you, I'm here to support. And I actually really do enjoy watching you guys talk. I'm sorry. I'm trying to ask questions
You should.
from the audience perspective. But I
Yep,
think the
yep,
real
yep.
moments are with you two.
Well, you're here too, so it's with you too.
I'm watching. I like watching this.
I think you're so pretty.
Thanks, babe.
Got some high standards over here, bro. Being on this couch.
Went to go get my skydiving license, and this was another moment in our relationship where
This was rough.
she just wasn't cool with it. She knew I was going to attempt to get 23 jumps in like 2 days to
I
get
thought
my
it was
B.
27.
27 jumps in 2 days to get my B class license, and
Why? Why?
Yeah.
27 jumps out of a helicopter. Like so many things.
oh no,
can
it was
go
it was
wrong.
23. It was 23. 'cause I had 27. I
Okay,
needed
got it,
23
got
jumps. and it went from like,
pissed.
okay, I'm not cool with this to the day of, I'm about to do it. She's like, fine, I don't want to do it. I didn't want to take the skydive. I didn't fucking sign up for it.
I was like, you want to date a skydive?
No,
Yeah, I don't
like-
think anybody
No,
really
that's
wants to.
true. Like that's
Yeah.
not what I signed up for. Like
Yeah.
you're a wrestler and you're an action figure, a boxer. But, like, I didn't sign up for you jumping out of planes
Yeah.
23 times in 3 days.
What did you
Like,
ever think
no.
about that action? What did you think about that action figure? by the
I
way?
think it's sick.
Like, you know the pillow for us?
You
young
will
men?
use
The pi-
anything.
Well, hello.
You use a fucking rubber duck.
It wasn't rubber.
Duck.
It was cushiony.
Oh, you had a cushiony dog.
The first time I was humping a small cushiony duck. Yes.
That's what dogs do. There's dogs. That-
I'm a man. We're basically dogs.
What a surreal moment for you, I'm sure. And for me too, on my live.
No. I am.
No, you're
I'm plasticized.
not. Okay.
Do you feel a responsibility to those around you as it pertains to moments of PDA?
What does pertains mean?
Ooh.
Do you feel like
having to do with?
what do you feel about PDA? And do you feel like there's a level of responsibility and personal responsibility that comes with going out in public with a lover?
Public displays of affection.
We haven't made out yet, so
Ever?
I'm actually surprised.
One
The-
kiss,
it- j-
one little
just-
smooch. Your breath is still weird.
I got a thing removed from my mouth, and they got anesthesia in it, and so I'm smelling
his
medicinal
breath
right
is
now
so
in
weird.
my breath.
I'm hard.
What?
What did you say just now?
I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from.
Nah,
Guys,
yeah,
that was
no.
incredible. Is there any way you can answer the question?
I
I didn't
sta-
ask you yesterday.
I started dating Nina. I quickly realized that's kiss in public, and I did not.
I love and people that are in love when I see a couple that's just so happy with each other. Obviously there is a limit. I'm aware we passed the limit according to your rules.
I actually don't
but,
agree with that. I think you guys have. I think in the honeymoon, I think there's a responsibility level that coincides with the current newness of a relationship. Yeah, first, of course, you're fucking. I'm not fuck. Of course, you're fucking in public places. You're out on the patio. Oh my God, like we got caught fucking on the patio by Only in Dade, the Instagram page. It can happen. Really can happen.
Oh,
but what I'm saying is,
That's funny.
what I'm saying is this.
Has it happened?
No, I'm just saying metaphorically as
Yeah.
it could happen, right?
We haven't done that.
What I'm saying is this. I think
Okay.
for where you guys are now in your relationship, your PDA is very responsible. And
Thank
I will say
you.
that. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Because
I've kind of, I think she gets kind of where my comfort level with it. And
If it was up to me, nothing would have
Smothered,
changed.
smothered.
Yeah. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry if we make you uncomfortable. We love each other. We're
well,
young.
I also like to think about, we're at a restaurant. Call it Buca di Beppo, right? I just throwing that out there, like an Italian restaurant, right? And imagine it's, around Christmas season. And of course, we're sitting at a table of happy, up-jump people, all having a good time. And I don't take much offense to the fact that I'm eating my chicken parmesan, watching my friends fuck each other at
It's the
at Buca di
spirit.
Beppo. That's fine.
it's the spirit.
But a part of me thinks to that one lady at the table by herself, who may have been lost.
Yo, what are you talking
And
about?
by the way, maybe her pension ran out.
Oh my
Yeah, then
God.
why she have Buca di Beppo?
Because it's
Cover her
not,
meal
I'll be
then.
honest, it's not fucking expensive there. Okay, Buca di Beppo's not
The
expensive.
portions are crazy. for the
insane.
price.
That was a good Christmas
Yes,
dinner.
Yeah,
so
that was
maybe
great.
maybe she's in there, she's having a tough time. And the last thing she wants to watch is a porno being filmed.
It's not a porno.
All
Stop
right,
porn.
I'm
I
just
stopped
saying,
watching
I'm
porn.
empathetic to people who don't have lovers. At the time, I didn't have one. At the time I didn't have one, maybe I was upset. Maybe I felt, wow, maybe I'll never feel like that. What about all the lonely people out there watching this that say to themselves, watching them kiss actually makes me feel quite sad about my situation. Jeff Wittick brought it up earlier. See, raise your hand if you've ever been victimized by a PDA situation.
You got a hand.
Literally,
We got two hands.
got-
Go ahead, Caleb.
we
Spin
got
the camera,
three,
Caleb.
We got three hands.
Thank you. Jeff, has anyone ever felt victimized by PDA?
That's like half
by
the room.
watching people make out.
Oh, come on.
That's half the room.
I mean, it's a pretty significant audience. So I just, listen, I'm okay with it. And by the way, there's nothing better than watching attractive people. It's great. I mean,
We work out together a lot. She's super into fitness.
as I'm being semi-sarcastic.
No, it's all good. I'm
fucking
not upset at
Okay.
all.
One
Yeah,
day
yeah.
I opened up the TV to go look at something, and in the search bar, it said depression TED Talk. And I was like, oh, was I
bad day.
supposed to see that? Oops. And she started laughing. Totally get it. She's like, yeah, just yesterday, I watched a man scream at me for 4 minutes before I went to the gym. She watched a David Goggins video.
I did.
To motivate her
Shout
to
out
go to the
David
gym.
Goggins. A guest I've been you want to have on the
She's
show.
like, you know David Goggins? I was like, yeah. She's like, I watched him scream at me for 4 minutes before I went to the
He
gym.
fucking yelled at me like I've never been yelled at before.
incredible.
Yeah,
He's incredible.
I had to get up. He
Gotta
was
be
like,
one of the most
those
motivational
those
people
are the
in the world.
moments like when you feel your worst. That's when you gotta push. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I feel like shit. I am in a dumpster.
I just found a tool to skyrocket your YouTube Shorts views. YouTube Shorts are fire right now. In fact, just in the last 90 days, I've gotten
What is the one thing I can do for myself right now? Is to get up and try to fix this problem. And the first thing I have to do is fitness.
Via
Workout.
David
And,
Goggins.
and obviously, being someone who understands the demons intimately, I'm the exact same way. If I and by the way, friends that are as well. If I don't get up and sweat and get my mind moving, or sorry, my
Step
body
one.
moving, my
Step
mind will
one.
never recover. This is a very interesting question, and I'm happy you brought this up. Logan, being a extremely headstrong individual, someone who is very focused, manifest friendly, goal oriented, driven, and just kind of always on top of his mental state beyond the Copenhagen incident, right?
No, beyond.
He has, I'll just say it, historically struggled quite a bit with the understanding and awareness and empathy, not from a malicious standpoint, but let's say understanding of people who he's friends with or loved ones battles with mental illness and with whatever, substance, who knows, right? How has that been for you, and do you feel like someone being as close to him as you are has helped him better understand what it means to struggle with mental health?
I mean, I think you could answer that better than I can, but
Sure.
as someone who has dealt with anxiety for, am I good now? Okay. As someone who's dealt with anxiety for like 13 plus years now, almost 15 years, which is crazy. And then depression within the past 5 years, obviously they're demons. Like, there is certain days where you wake up and it's so fucking hard to get out of that bed. It is so fucking hard. And then you're next to a guy like this, who I wouldn't say jump out of the bed. He wakes up and then it takes him 45 minutes to do his little grunting mechanism and get his body ready to move out of bed. You're literally like Quinn the dog. Yeah. Wakes up very slowly, but he wakes up and he's ready and he's happy and he's excited and he doesn't deal with the mental health demons that I do. It's definitely been a bit of a learning process, I think, for both of us to understand how these issues impact me, you, our relationship. Because since we spend so much time together, obviously I am 50% of it. So my energy on every single day affects the whole day. And I think we've learned that he does not need to match my energy. I'm gonna have bad days. I'm gonna have days where just everything seems impossible. And instead of him meeting me there and sulking with me, he's there to help me feel better and I guess making me feel sure that tomorrow is gonna be better. But it's definitely been a learning process. I think you're the one that should answer that. But
That was, by the way, that was an absolutely beautiful answer. A beautiful answer. And for anybody watching that's in a relationship, a friendship, a family member who is dealing with this type of thing, that answer is so wonderful to bring positivity, and as opposed to trying to, the issue is so complex that if he were to or they were to spend their entire time trying to understand and match you and meet you and get therapeutic with you, it's an
Or
exercise
like
in
forcing,
futility.
being like, why don't you go do this? Or being like, how can you feel like this? Look around you. Like, do your grateful list. Like
Which
that's
was something that you have said in the past.
Yeah.
And so it's a place that I've seen.
I mean,
and not in a bad way.
I'll speak for the people who
Yeah.
don't battle with the demons. Mental illness is not easy to understand, dude. If you don't experience it, or you're not with someone who lives that, it is a hard concept to grasp. What do you mean? Look around you. Life is easy. There's kids starving in Africa. No, it's not how it works. You're in your head, you're living your life, and if you have a chemical imbalance, it's really hard to fight. I felt that a little bit when I went through the people laughing when I say this, but the weed withdrawals is like the first time I was wired wrong in my head, and everything was fine, but in my head it was the worst time ever. And this woman, who I love, every part of, is my partner, and now my lifelong partner. And I've always kind of treated this relationship like this, but if she has that and that's a part of her, I must learn the mechanisms to help her get through whatever she is going through whenever she goes through it. And I learn more and more every single time, and I try to be there for her and have her know that, like, I'm by your side. I'm not judging you. I totally understand where your
because you
head
judge
is
yourself
at.
so much when you're in it. You're like, why do I feel like
Well,
this?
he's seen it a couple times. I mean, he's looked at me and said, why is this happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're a confident speaker. You know what you're talking about. You're sitting now, you're not even talking. Like, why are you having an anxiety attack? Why are you having a panic attack? Why are you having shortness of breath, tightness of chest? Why is that happening right now? And I'm actually grateful that you are teaching him, because it's going to help me. It helps him understand my days and the days when I'm unable to perform and unable to do my job.
I wonder if every person's coping mechanisms are different, and I know Nina very well at this point. I will say she does a great job at working on it. And
High functioning. I'm the same way. I'm gonna get through it.
She always gets through it, but I've not seen anyone's ability to find solutions like her. Like I mentioned it on the last podcast. Today, she went for a 50-minute walk and listened to Mel Robbins' podcast about anxiety. And like, she works, bro. She works, and she understands that, sometimes to escape or even distract your mind for a second, it's gonna take work. But for me, I'm not going through it. Baby, what can I do? And if she's having a bad day, I make sure to give her that space, and let her do process whatever she needs to process, but also be there for her if she needs me, and just check on her. That's the like,
Very
how are you?
important.
How do you feel?
Little texts,
I'm
little
here.
questions.
Yep.
It's just very tough, and like it's there's probably so many people now with the advent of social media and all the things that are in this environment that we live in nowadays that are going through this type of situation. But it's tough. It's happened to me in my relationships. I've had to tell girls that I'm talking to, like, yo, like, there's gonna be days where I have no explanation for you. I cannot tell you why. And by the way, it has nothing to do with you. It has not, because as humans, we innately want to say, is it something that I'm doing wrong? And you try to do that, and you want to take some level of responsibility for the fact that the other person feels like that, but it's not.
Exactly.
It's not. I can and I've said this a million times on the show. This is my least favorite thing about mental illness, is it's so unpredictable. I can wake up on any given day and be a fucking disaster and have to start to execute those coping mechanisms that she does.
It's a toolbox. You build your
Gotta
toolbox,
do
and
it.
you figure out what works for you, and you just keep those tools ready for when you need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a battle.
I'm telling you, she works at it. She goes to therapy. She's watching depression TED Talks.
Goggins.
Whatever it takes.
No,
Who
for
cares?
sure.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Who cares?
Whatever it fucking takes.
Yep.
I was-
Just gotta get through the day. That was a day yesterday. Yesterday, I just had to get through yesterday. So all I was focusing on, just get through today. Tomorrow's a new day.
And I love every piece of you, and I'm here for all of it.
I know, and that reassurance helps me a lot. So
Yeah.
even if you don't have a partner, like if you're friends with